that event is today at the end of the day. It's quite interesting and it's quite cute. It's funny. You should join.
All right, okay.
I've flown them on VATSIM a few times, I must admit.
Yeah.
I do fly VATSIM quite a bit. In the UK.
So do I. Yeah, I normally do the VFR ops because I'm a real world GA pilot, so it's sort of
okay.
Yeah, that's my alley. I love to get into jets, but I think I'll stick with the props and turboprops for now and work my way up.
Is that you, Matt?
It's Matt. Yeah, this is Matt.
Yeah. Well, I'm retired jet pilot, so very happy to help you with any of that one day, mate. If you want.
It sounds like you got a wealth of experience there, mate.
Yeah, plenty of it.
We had prepared one checklist for that short cockpit event that everyone can follow.
Yeah, I used to fly in real life. I think I learned in a Jabiru, and I ended up flying Cessna 172s and things like that. So.
Right.
I learned in a Jabiru, J160.
Oh, did you? Yeah, same.
Yeah.
J160 moved to a 170. Yeah.
Glass cockpit.
Oh,
I started off in the Tomahawk. Well, actually, I started off in the Cessna 152, and they lost access to that. Then I was flying in the Tomahawk, and I went solo in the Tomahawk, and then they lost access to that. So the guy bought a fleet of these Jabiroos with glass cockpits. So I had to start all over again and go solo in the in the glass cockpit.
That's quite a fancy Jabiru with a glass cockpit. And so, yeah. Because I learned to fly out of Archfield, so...
Okay.
Yeah, Class D, yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of flying at Archerfield. What suburb are you in, Matt, just out of interest?
I'm in near Oxley, so Oxley, Darwin.
Oxley, it's not too bad.
Southwest,
I'm down Bean Leeway, but that's only 30 minutes. I'll come over and check your sim out, sure.
Yeah, I've got the... I just bought the Honeycomb Bravo the other day, and I've got the Alpha yoke and the Bravo and the
we'll get
radio
together,
panel. Yeah,
I like to meet a few guys in Brisbane. There's not many of us here. There's like a handful, not many.
There's more in Tassie than there is in bloody Brisbane.
I think so.
There's even less in WA.
You were talking about the Tomahawk. It was a great plane for just doing power off stalls and stuff, and looking backwards and watching the tail shaking, the T-tail.
The first time my instructor showed me how to do a spin on the Tomahawk, it was like the worst carnival ride I've ever been on. It was crazy, but yeah. Then I had to do it. But it was good. It was good.
Try doing spins under a hood. Before I went solo, my instructor insisted that I do spins and recoveries all under a hood.
Oh, hell.
Ooh. How about that before you go solo? Because he said if you fly into a cloud accident and you go into spin, I want to know you can recover. And you can do it just by bat and ball, under the hood.
Yep.
Yeah, I always enjoyed the simulated engine failures. That was good fun.
When we were learning ultralights down at Holbrook, I already had my license, but I was buying a little single seat thruster, and the guy down there, he was an RAF jet pilot, migrated over to Australia and found himself as a CFI down at Holbrook, and he used to love flying these jets at low level. So he was a bit of a very keen sort of teacher. And when you did an outlanding, you landed. There was no.
That's incredible.
You landed in the paddocks every time.
Oh, right.
Wow. Actually landed. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I used to go down to like 2 feet just for kicking the grass, but he wouldn't actually let you put it down. In case you hit a stump in the grass or something. Imagine if there was a hidden stump in the grass and you just wipe off your nose tool just like that.
Yeah.
Presumably he wasn't flying his own plane.
He had local knowledge.
Else's plane.
Yeah.
And like it was all like there was no long grass. It was like he didn't pick a paddock that was such.
Right.
I remember when we were doing forced landings, and the wisdom was at night, turn on your landing light when you get to about 50 feet. If you don't like what you see, turn it off.
I like that. I'll buy that one day.
So you feeling better today, Ken?
Still sweating. It's
Oh God, you got me scared now. I'm bloody going. I'm pretty apprehensive now.
mate, the jab was nothing itself, and then they make you sit in a in a waiting room till make sure you have no adverse reactions, and then you go home. And I didn't even feel the jab. It was like nothing, you know. And then I thought, this is there's nothing to this. This is. Was there anything in that jab? It didn't sting. It didn't. Normally you get a bit of a sore arm, but I had nothing. Not even a red mark, nothing, you know. But last night I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning. The bed was just saturated.
Oh God, so you got a fever, yeah.
Which one did you have? Did you get the AstraZeneca?
That's all you can get around here.
Yeah, that's all you can get around here.
Yeah.
But Kerry took
people had that from work. I got pretty crooked from that as well, but not on like a day later. Just like you've got a bad case of the flu.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's like. It's like a sort of a weird kind of flu. But
Was that a second shot?
no, that was the first shot. But I didn't have a temperature when Kerry took it because I think I'd already sweated out by that time. But I've still had sort of achy headaches and aches and whatnot for the whole day. I was still not feeling 100%.
The weird thing
about it'll be because I've passed out at the controls here.
Well, if it
The weird
helps,
thing about
it does pass pretty quick. It only affects me for maybe 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, it's only been 24 now, so. But I still feel claiming now, yeah, like.
Yeah. I'm
Still
not
sort
looking
of feel
forward to the
like,
second
you know.
shot.
You are doing your full stop landing here.
So the first airport is just a touch and go.
Okay, thank you for the information.
Where's your first touch and go? A beta,
Delta.
It's
Tango, Alpha.
first touch and go is at
Zulu Delta.
Zulu Delta. And then there's a touch and go at Sierra Papa, and then there's a full stop landing at Sierra Bravo. It's the Brack Island is the full stop landing.
It's funny, you know, I was so keen on this. I went on to Flight Sim 2 and I found numerous add-ons, you know, from photogrammetry cities along the coast to all sorts of stuff. Had it all ready to load in. Fired up bloody load on linker and fired on.
Couldn't find the folder. Wow.
It just disappeared. So I'm flying basic. I can't change anything at the moment.
How are you finding that on Linker? Before that, it was working all right for you? All good?
Yeah. I changed it this morning because I wanted to go in and I was doing some work on Catalina, so I got rid of all the other stuff and I just set my profile to vanilla basically, and shut it down like normal, and just when I went to fire up tonight, nothing, you know. I thought, shit, you know. That's the way it goes. Not the end of the world.
It'll be there, mate. You'll find it.
It doesn't, honestly, it doesn't bother me. If worst comes to worst, I just grab another, I think I might have a copy of your stuff still somewhere, yeah, but I know I'm just wondering if I didn't copy it into the only other thing I've done, and that was yesterday. I took out the little USB stick.
Yep.
Deleted all the stuff and copied your stuff over to it.
Yep.
And actually, for the first time, removed the disk. I'd been transferring files over all week because every time I thought I'd got everything, I found still got more room. Shit, I can put more stuff in there. And then and then someone would release a whole bunch of stuff, and I go, oh well, must have chucked that in there too, you know.
Yep.
So that's the only thing I've done. I pulled that stick out. So whether somehow or other it was referring to that stick for my files. I don't know, but
No, I
shouldn't
reckon
do.
it's got to be there somewhere. I reckon.
Yeah.
I put all my add-ons on manually. I don't use add-on linker. Put them in the community folders.
Take your foot and see.
Take
What?
you forever.
Yeah. What this has got? That's 2 years, it?
Yeah.
2 years voice. The beauty of add-on linker 2 years is you can have these presets.
Yeah, presets.
So if you're flying in the Adriatic, I was looking forward to clicking Greece, and that, and Mediterranean. I thought, hey, one click and I'm all set up, Yeah, that was short-lived. But you can, once you've got everything sorted out into folders, you've only then got to just select your preset and load it, and everything's good to go. It's at the moment when we've only got a couple of 100 gigabyte, it's not so bad. But you wait till you get a couple of terabyte. It's going to.
Why I'm having trouble.
The sooner we get our heads around it, I think, it'll save us headaches in the future.
Oh, yeah, it's the way to go. Couldn't live without it.
No, this is Tui. I'm using the ad linker now. I have been for a few weeks.
Yeah, I make a folder called aircraft, and inside there you can put aircraft, and then inside the aircraft folder you can put all the different mods and panels and everything else, and then one click on the aircraft, you got everything that goes with that aircraft, Yeah.
Bloody brilliant. And what it's good for is that, I mean, like tonight I thought, okay, we're going to be flying the Adriatic, so I went onto a FS2, Flight Sim 2, and they've got a scenery map.
Right.
And you zoom in on the area that you're going to fly, and you can see if there's any.
Oh, good! I didn't know that. Any add-ons?
Yeah. And that's when I found all these. Yeah, there was one airport and a couple of photogrammetry cities.
Yeah.
And there was one particular place had a big like the whole port. There was cranes and all sorts of stuff along.
I think that might be Dubrovnik. I think.
No, this was just. It was called Approach to Turi or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, it's not in there, but it'll be there for the next time we do the Adriatic in 3 years' time.
Yeah, sure.
Damn it.
Hey, are we doing a straight-in approach runway 13, or what's the?
I did it straight into. I did the ILS into Zulu Delta just for the hell of it.
Oh yeah, for Zulu Delta straight in 13. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm flying the GPS version of the G1000 version of the Cessna. And it actually shows you the direction of the wind, and that supported that direction anyway.
Oh, it is good. Yeah, on the PFD, that's a good shot. Yeah, I'm flying the Piper Arrow here. So
okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Couple of coming up behind a couple of guys now. Looks like a cub of some sort on my right, and a low wing just in front of him. You'll probably see me as a Bonanza because it's the Mooney I'm flying.
Oh, yeah, I love the Mooney. It's good.
Yeah. I'm in the Bonanza.
What was that thing with the bloody big wheels?
Yeah.
You know how when you're flying online, because of the lodding, parts of the plane disappear before other parts.
Okay.
So normally the wheels, the undercarriage disappear and you're just left with the plane. But those wheels are so bloody big, we know what's going to happen. The plane's going to disappear and you're going to be left with these bloody big wheels flying.
I thought they'd look good for you in VR. They'll be right out your shoulder if you look out the window, You'll be able to sit your coffee on one of the wheels.
Yeah, exactly. No, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Jesus. What next? You know, you
Hey,
can
Ken,
get a nosebleed without even taking off with those things. You know.
Yeah.
hey, Ken, I've got a question for you, a VR question. Something I've noticed, and it's probably to do with my settings, but something I've noticed is that when I'm flying on the monitor, particularly taxiing along the taxiways where you can see the markers in front of you leading off into the distance or the runway lines, that sort of stuff, on the monitor, crystal clear. On VR, it's sort of it's clear immediately in front of you, and then as it gets further into the distance, it gets sort of mushy and then all blotchy and disappears. Gets washed out.
The setting for that is your anti-aliasing. So
well, I've got it set to the TAA, which is No.
And down below you've got
anti-aliasing.
AA 16 times.
Oh yeah, right.
And then super sampling, you can have it at, 4 times, 8 times, whatever, 8 times 8, whatever you like.
Right. Is that something I can change on the fly?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Well, let me just do that right now.
Yeah, just
So, yep. No, that's fine. I'm just I'm hit escape. Here we are. I'm in the screen. So what were you saying? Whereabouts? Anti-aliasing.
Yeah.
So I've got that TA. And which one is it? The 4
further
times?
down you'll see.
Anisotropic filtering.
Anisotropic filtering.
I've got done 4 times. What should I have?
No. 16.
16.
Come on, mate. You got a 39 to use it.
Yep, sure. Okay, no worries. I only did that because you know Steve Walton, the guy that the VFR flight sim guy. He's got a similar system to mine, and I was basically using settings which he's done a lot of testing. I've set my settings in the same fashion to him, so that's why I've got it set that way.
Try that first, and then work up on the super sampling.
Sure, no worries.
Do you guys know if there is any mode to set the mouse transparent when you are not using, instead of have the mouse in front of your nose?
Is this a touch and go here, or are we going to do a landing?
Where's touch and go?
Where's here?
Can't quite read.
Not there.
Because he could be anywhere.
LDZD and then LDSP was the third one.
The only one we're going to do at our halfway mark point is Brack Island, which is Sierra Bravo, okay?
Sierra Bravo, yeah.
Okay, that's be touch and go then.
So touch and go everywhere else. Yep.
I think the next one is Split, isn't it? Lima Delta Sierra Papa.
Yeah.
Split next.
I think Split's a very picturesque place too, so
Beautiful,
get down low.
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful, yeah.
It was all on fire when I was there in '93.
Oh.
Well, we had that terrible war across this whole region for so many years. Geez, how many years did it go for? 10 or 15 years?
93. I was out there in '93.
Yeah, Sarajevo had a very joyful Olympics, and then the whole area ended up in war.
Yeah, so.
Matt, what's your name in the chat channel, and I'll give you an invite.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. Yeah. Let me have a look.
Yeah, is it F?
AWWYEA.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, I got you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I created that.
Yeah.
10 years ago or something. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm looking to get into VR. Actually, I tried a friend's Rift S the other weekend, and so.
What's your budget? Valve indexes.
Yeah, I know the valve index is sort of top notch, and looking at the G2, which is around the 900,000 mark, and the Quest 2.
$899 you can get them now for the G2s.
Oh, really? 890.
Yep,
Oh.
it's what's the name of the company?
Is it center.com or?
No. I'll look it up for you later.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yes, so I thought I was getting a good deal at $9.99, and when I pre-ordered it, and then they've now come down to $8.99. So
yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards the G2. I've looked at the Quest 2 as well.
It's the one I have for sure.
Isn't the Quest tied in with Facebook or something, though?
Yeah, Quest.
Yeah,
Quest is very bloody dangerous, mate. If you lose your Facebook account, you got to throw your goggles away.
Yeah.
And I lost my account the other day.
Yeah, if they lock you out for any reason, which they do, you're gone. Your goggles are gone.
They had some kind of shuffle, that time that Australia was putting crap on them, and they were a bit of a argy-bargy going on.
Yeah.
It was just at that time my account just went missing. And every time I logged on, it had some other guy's face there, and I thought, that's not my face.
If you use a false name in Facebook to protect your privacy, and they find out at some stage later on that that's not your right name, bang, your account's gone. You've got no recourse.
That's crap. There's some people who do work that don't want their name out there.
Well, they'll delete your account as soon as they find out. They will not have a false name,
Well, the Reverb G2 is the one to have. I've had one now for 2 weeks, and it's absolutely great. So I can
it's great. Good clarity and resolution and all. Yeah.
Yes, it's got a center sweet spot, which is crystal clear, absolutely crystal clear. And if the trick is to keep looking at the sweet spot and move your head.
Yeah.
See, I'm using Track IR right now, and that's what I've always used over the years.
Yeah.
But, so I'm sort of used to keep my eyes straight, but move my head, so there shouldn't be too much issue.
It's great. Of course, if you try to look around with your eyes, you're looking for fuzzy areas.
If you set your G2 headset up properly, like you put it on properly, and there's a couple of videos on how to set it on your head. It's very important, and that plays a big bearing on your sweet spot.
However, I've actually investigated a whole lot of videos talking about the field of view for the G2, and in virtually all of them, they recommend mods, and they demonstrate the use of different mods to provide a better sweet spot. So
I've got mine.
Interesting.
A thing called VR. Anyway, they're very good. They've got a G2 mod with two different face mask cushions. They've got an insert to bring you closer to the lenses.
Yeah. So the bottom line is that the native G2 has issues, and that's why they brought out these mods to try and improve the sweet spot, because so many people complain about it.
Right.
Well, it's interesting that surely HP know this. I mean, why would they sell it?
Well,
I know.
I was blaming the sweet spot on not having that fitting, and just before it arrived, I put the old insert for the face mask on, and thought bugger the field of view for a second. I'll just till the stuff arrives, I'll just use that, and I set it up just perfectly on my head, just the way they recommended, and I had a beautiful sweet spot with the default headset on. And when I got the modded mask, which brings your eyes closer to improve that sweet spot, I got exactly the same result. In fact, if anything, it was slightly better with the old mask on, but the field of view wasn't as good. So I got about an extra 10 degrees field of view, but the sweet spot wasn't quite as good.
Well, that's the thing about a lot of the Oculus headsets have got a much larger field of view than the G2, and that's where some of those are excelling, and some people prefer them. purely for the larger sweet spot. I previously had the first version Oculus Rift, the CV1, and even though you had that screen door effect situation, which you can put up with, it's a lower resolution, but I could very comfortably put it on my head. I could look in my periphery vision, I could look around, and I felt comfortable the whole time. With the G2, I've really got to focus on turning my head and keeping that sweet spot where I'm looking. Otherwise, it just becomes very distracting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
still don't think you got it on right, Paul.
No. It's on right. It's on right.
I had the exact same thing. It's not enough to just pull it down over the back of your head. You've got to actually angle the faceplate.
Oh yeah, well I've done all that. I've played around with angling it because forget about the strap on the back of your head. Just placing the actual, because the whole thing tilts anyway. Placing the part that you're looking through, the mask, and orienting that in various ways and so on should find that best position, and then you can strap it accordingly. But it really, I believe I've got the best possible situation at the moment, which is quite acceptable. But it's, in my opinion, it's not as comfortable as what the CV1 was, as far as continuous clarity throughout the whole field of vision. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's, I like the G2. It's great, and I'm happy with it. But I'm just saying it's. That's an area that a lot of people, not just me, have complained about, and they're bringing out these alterations to it to try and combat that.
Yeah, the face mask mod's about $35 US.
Yeah,
and that gives you the faceplate, the narrower faceplate to get in closer, and two types of gel padding.
Yeah.
I think Flight Sim Guy demonstrated it in one of his videos.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yep.
So what do you guys do with if you wear reading glasses then with these headsets?
Exactly. Well, exactly my question.
Yep. I've got to say that this is one area where the G2 excels, because having the CV1 previously, I've got biggish glasses, and I even experimented with an old pair of glasses that had a much more wireframe type surround and so on. So I thought they'd have a better chance of going inside the headset. But I can put my big chunky glasses on and put the headset over my head, and then put the strap over, and it fits perfectly. But for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, I find that it's just as good without the glasses, for me. But some people would probably prefer to have the glasses on,
Yeah, that's really interesting, because
depends on your prescription, because there's a mob over, it's called VR Wave over in the US, that will do, if you send them a copy of your prescription, they'll send you lenses to slip over your VR lenses, so you won't have to wear glasses at all.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good.
Okay, but here's the interesting thing. I wear glasses for short sight, but not distance, and I've tried using the Reverb G2 with and without glasses, and it's better without.
Right.
So I don't know. Is it set up for distance, or what is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Certainly, I find that myself. I find that as well. I can read all the information on the cockpit quite clearly. I can look outside and I can see clearly enough to be able to work out where I'm going. So I haven't had any problems with distance, and I'm short-sighted as well. I have to wear glasses for looking at things up close.
Do you have to wear glasses when you're looking at your TV screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
I can get away with it. Sometimes I'll get up and I won't have the glasses on, and I'll be doing some things, and my wife will say, "Where's your glasses?" And so it's I can, my eyes. I'm not that blind that I can't sort of get by to a certain extent, but I wouldn't go driving with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I need
you
glasses
find
for
the
reading.
G2 okay? But even though you need glasses to drive, do you still find the G2 vision okay?
Yeah, well, no problem at all. No problem at all. I can see quite clearly. I'm looking out at the moment. I'm watching windmills go round and round and all that sort of stuff, so I see them quite clearly. So, I mean, it's certainly, it's quite clear. I'm looking across at the mountains and I can see the hard line of the, the edge of the mountains. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is great, yeah. But here's the downside, I suppose, for going down the prescription lens thing that you actually put inside it, and that's that I don't know how easy it is to swap them in and out. But if you've got other family members that want to have a look at your, put your VR headset on and have a look, obviously you'd have to, oh, good, okay. There's the answer. There's the answer.
As the G2 lens,
right.
And you just sit them in place, and they just sit there perfectly.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah, and if you want to take them out, it takes you about half a second to take them out.
Right. So I've been reading a bit about VR, and there's a lot of reports on distance of your eyes from the VR lens itself.
Yes,
I
correct.
wonder would that matter then?
Well, there's on the G2 and on the CV1, the Oculus CV1, there's like a sliding switch that actually moves the lenses into the best position for your particular eyes. Now, some of the other headsets, like I think the one that came after the CV1, the Oculus, is it the S something S? The
Rift S.
Rift S, yeah. I think it doesn't have the switch. I think you've got to do it either via software or you've just got to accept that you've got the necessary distance that it range that it supports. And it was an area of concern for many people because it probably left out some people that are outside that range. So, but I don't know about some of the more recent ones. I've got a feeling they're probably they've learned from that. And some of the more recent ones that have come out have allowed for that as well.
Cool.
I'd like to get involved in VR, but the problem is getting one's hands on a 3000 series card.
Well, actually, no, that's not necessary. I can tell you right now that I've been flying VR since I had a 1060, a GTX 1060 with 6 gig of RAM. That's when I started flying VR, and I was able to fly VR, which I was really shocked about. And I was doing it in X-Plane, in P3D, in FSX with Fly Inside, quite successfully. Because by the time they brought it out for MSFS, I'd replaced that card with a 2080 Ti, and of course I could do my super sampling and all that sort of stuff 1.5 times. So I end up improving the resolution. But it's you don't need a high-end card, although a high-end card is desirable.
If you got the G2, you do. If you got the G2, you need a high-end card.
Well, if you got the G2, what you need is a high-end computer.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you've already got that's right. Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? That's interesting, but it's not true. I'm looking across at my task manager at the moment.
Right.
And I'm running on desktop on my 3070. And it's running at 2%.
What?
Now,
wow.
Yeah, 2%. Now, if I click it over to VR, if the VR and the desktop are both running together, it'll go up to 100%.
All right.
Because it finds that a huge strain on resources. But if I then go purely into VR, it drops back down again to about 10%. So when it's using the Reverb G2, it's only using about 10% of its GPU capacity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's limited more by the CPU.
Right.
From memory.
Yeah.
Because I know when I'm looking at my frames, it always comes up GPU Core 1 limited.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I've been reading that
by CPU Core 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been reading today that the whole of Microsoft Flight Simulator is limited to the first 4 cores. After that, it just doesn't use any at all because it's not designed to use more cores. It can only use up to 4. So, and probably mostly number 1.
Yeah, now that's interesting because if I look at my CPU, although my GPU is on 1%, my CPU is on 30%.
Yeah.
And it's an i9, just about the best Intel CPU you can get.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is using the CPU a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, hopefully it'll be like X-Plane when they bring, when they introduced Vulkan. Once they go to direct, DX12, maybe we'll see a better utilization of the graphics card, and the CPU will sort of, the strain will be lifted off the CPU to some extent. You'll get more,
I hope so.
more better performance. Yeah.
Is there any idea when that might be coming out?
Well, they were saying all along for quite some time now. They were saying that DX12 would be introduced when they release the Xbox version of the flight sim.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's got to be just around the corner, hasn't it? Surely.
Yeah.
And the world update's coming out on the 14th or 15th of this month.
Yep.
What they got going? Is it France and all that?
France, yeah.
I thought Paul would be keen to fly with us now that he's got his OLED TV.
Oh,
but
no, I haven't seen him, mate. Yeah, I haven't seen him. He hasn't been here for a month.
Yeah. And he's got the beautiful OLED screen to watch it reviewed on. What a shame.
I was telling Greg Ken that I purchased a 4K monitor, but it's only a 32-inch one, which is, I've got a 32-inch 1080p. So this is just it's going to give me a much better picture, but in the same format.
Well, if I could recommend an ultra widescreen monitor, I've invested in one of those recently, and the ultra widescreen, it's like two big monitors sort of stuck together, and it's really, really good in flight sim.
Yeah, I bet it is. You can just imagine.
Yeah, well, I love flying in VR anyway, so VR is going to be my my preferred method of flying. But occasionally, it's just nice to just sit back and do a flight and just watch the scenery on the monitor, and just
that's what I'm doing tonight actually with this.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that VR is great for looking at the scenery, and if you've got it on autopilot and you're just tootling along, you can look around. That's lovely. Like something like this, for example. Whereas if you're trying to do instrument training and instrument practice, and you need to look at some charts on your second monitor.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
Exactly. You need to look at other stuff. Then really you need to do it on the monitor.
Now I'm flying the CJ4, right? Not tonight, but quite often, and I can fly that in VR, and I can bring up Navigraph charts on the PFD. The MFD, so to view things like SIDS and stars, and I can do a safe taxi on the airport, that sort of thing. So I can do all that on my MFD while I'm in the VFR environment. Once I load in the flight plan, it knows exactly what charts to stick there for me and allows me to select them. Yeah, it's great.
Wow. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
Matt, if you're listening to me, I bought a G2 VR headset that I wasn't too impressed with, or I've never used it. So talk to me if you want to buy a good, get a good discount.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll be interested. Yeah.
How can you not be impressed with the G2? What was it you didn't like?
I did some aerobatics. I was sick as a dog for 24 hours, and to me, it's like looking down a rolled-up newspaper. It's still got the black all around the outside and a sweet spot, and it just didn't appeal to me. I've got a 65-inch 4K monitor, and I just feel a lot better with that.
Wow. Okay.
And I use Track IR if I want to look out the side. It just suits me better. It's just a personal thing. I think I'll eventually go VR, but just not at the moment. I want more field. I want a 160, 180 degree field of view. I'm not happy with 90 or 100.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing my research. Like I'm flying on a 4K monitor here, and I have a 2K with my charts and little map and things like that.
Yeah. I'll bring the G2 over, and you can have a try.
Oh, really? Yeah, I wouldn't mind actually just to try. Obviously, I'm still considering, looking at options and all that sort of thing. So, Yeah. We'll get in contact. Sounds good.
Hey, Greg. Greg. The reason they put your neck on a swivel is so you can have that 180 degree.
Yeah,
view that
that's
you're
right. That's right. That's right. That's right. No, look, it's just I've spoken to some other people that make 6.2. You know, look and it'll either suit you or you either love it or you hate it. It's one of those things.
Wow.
I'm still getting.
I tried the
stuttering
Oculus.
in the 4K on the screen. I'm not in VR, but I'm getting stuttering on the
Right. I'll have a talk
monitor.
about. I found some new settings that I'll talk to you about later, Ken. That have really improved things for me. Yeah.
I think it's something to do with that. But I went in to turn off that thing they tell you to turn off. And it said I need to. I don't have permission to change it or something.
Probably permissions on the folder. Yeah.
You have to talk to your wife first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that speaks the voice of experience.
No, it's funny. I read that some people have had motion sickness and stuff, even with Track IR.
Some people are more susceptible to it. That's right.
Wow.
If you can ride a roller coaster and get on time after time, and you'll be fine in VR. If you find roller coasters make you sick, you won't like VR.
Yeah, that was my problem, Peter.
I had a really good roller coaster application for my CV1. It was fabulous.
Just checking, we weren't landing at Lima Delta Sierra Papa, were we, by any chance?
Well, I did.
Touch and go.
A few of us have landed here. If you got time, you know.
Okay, I've gone over the top. I'm heading for Split.
Yep.
Split's nice. That's
he's decided to split. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a 10-minute break when we get to that island.
Oh, I thought this was where we were having our break. We're not. Okay.
No, the island, which I think is the next airport.
Brack Island, right?
Yeah, Brack Island. Yeah.
Got to be pretty close.
Lima Delta Bravo Sierra.
We got Split and then we got Brack Island.
I must be at Split now. It's a big runway. No, it's long.
Yes. But we actually pass over the Split city itself. So here's where the scenery will really start to improve now, because we're going to be right on the coast. We've got some fabulous towns to pass over, and we've got all this lovely terrain.
Yeah, it is nice. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can, Frank. Yep.
That's
So,
good. Right.
LDSB is the midway, is it? Brack Island.
Yeah, Brack Island. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Coffee time.
Coffee time. Tea time.
Curry time for me. I made a curry for tea, but I wasn't ready. I didn't finish it in time to have it before flying, so.
Just for information, Ken, with that last touch and go I did, the clarity on the runway markings was a lot clearer, so thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah, I took that tip as well and tried that. It does clear it up.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Share information.
That's right.
I did see there was a new add-on in the store for ground textures at airports. I don't know if that's any good or...
You try there's one on Sim
split
Market.
in the
There's
flight
one on
plan?
There's one on Sim Market called Zinatech, and it's full Microsoft Flight Simulator. It does all airports in the sim, and it's very, very well worthwhile. Very,
that's the one.
good.
It's in the marketplace now.
Yeah,
What
it's
should we do on the
is it?
split? On the nav
well
map?
worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah, I kept getting a purchase failed error, so I'll try again tomorrow. But it looked alright.
What should we do on the split in the the next waypoint?
Sorry, say again.
What is this split means on the?
Okay, that's just the city of Split. We pass over the city, and then after that we travel across to Brack Island, where we'll do our full stop landing for the purposes of a quick 10-minute break, where we can get a coffee, go to the toilet, whatever, and refuel our plane, and then we'll head off and do the second part of the flight, which will take us through to Dubrovnik.
Okay, thank you for the info.
It's okay. Split's looking very nice.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's where all those add-ons were that I've.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I thought so. I thought they were, because that's where.
There's a beautiful studio and the seaport.
Photogrammetry and.
Yeah, lots of stuff for there.
I'll help a pile of stuff for it.
Do we know which runway we'll be landing on at Split? That's not Split, at Brack.
At Brack Island. I can just a second. I can have a look at a little nav map and see what the wind's doing at the moment.
Runway 22. 216 at 4 knots. So
That's
pretty
it.
weak.
I got the same.
I got 191 at 4 knots.
Yeah, 22 sounds like the way to go. Correct, yeah, 22. And the airport elevation is 1,700 feet, so that'll give you an idea of what to do to get down to the circuit for that.
Yeah, I'm just joining midfield crosswind here for runway 23 on at Sierra Papa.
Everyone using little maps by any chance?
A little nav map, did you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be seeing everyone?
No. It's an enhancement that we hope will come to Little Nav Map in the future. If we were flying on VATSIM, then yes, you can see other flyers that you're flying with. But at the moment, in this environment that we're in, it doesn't show up the other live players. So I'm sure it's something that they're working on as a future enhancement. It's just not there yet.
Yeah, on VATSIM that shows aircraft in Little Nav Map.
There is a way you can do it if you talk to me later.
Greg knows all the tricks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There is a way you can
Bloody
do it.
show off.
There is a way. It's just a little bit complicated, but you can see yourself, see your mates in Little Nav Map.
Can you say it publicly?
Oh, sure. It's just.
Is there a
there's a few adjustments. You've got to adjust a few things inside Little Nav Map. A bit of fiddling to go on.
The only drawback is if not everyone's using it, and you won't see those that are just on the ordinary.
That's right. Everybody's got to do the mods to see them. That's all.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you're running both, you get two lots of aircraft.
That's right.
So anyone that's using the little nav map mod and the normal Microsoft mod, there'll be two of them.
As a matter of fact, when you're flying in VATSIM, you've actually got to turn off the. There's an option in there for when you're flying online. You've got to turn that off, and you've actually got to select VATSIM as the method of connecting. Otherwise, you'll get two aircraft there too.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And they're normally out of sync as well. Your VATSIM one's normally ahead of.
Okay.
I can't remember, but
yeah. I haven't experienced that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this. It's all real time, and what you see is what's actually happening. It's not something that happened some time ago. It's great.
Here's an interesting thing. I was reading online today, and I tried it, and it worked for me. I went back to NVIDIA. On screen, if you right-click, you can see the NVIDIA control panel.
Yep.
I just set everything back to default and went back in the sim, and it was a lot better. Strangely enough. So you might want to try that.
Yeah, a lot of people have suggested just that.
Have they? Yeah, I put it back to default, took out all my settings, and I also took out, what did I took out? Anisotropic filtering, I think I put to 16. What's the other one, the one below it, the one right below it?
Super sampling?
Yeah, I turned that to 0. I turned that to 0, and then I gained a lot from that.
I'm only using the 2 options around performance settings, where you're actually opting for performance over quality. So that's something that was suggested using way back along. And I'm also, at the moment, I've reverted back to an old version of the NVIDIA graphics driver, which Steve Walton suggests is that's the VFR Flight Sim guy, suggests is the best performance, because it was actually it was engineered for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah.
Is that something like 402.5 or something like that?
That doesn't sound.
457.30.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Which
yeah.
one?
Yeah, 457.30. Yeah. So I've got that locked in at the moment until such time as I hear that things have improved.
I think that's fairly specific. Yeah, 457.30. It's I believe it's pretty specific in terms of benefit to VR.
Yeah, right. Correct. Yes. So for those not flying in VR, maybe it's not such a big thing.
Yeah, I have the current NVIDIA driver, and I got to say, maybe it's just me, but for the last 6 years or so, I've never seen a difference from driver to driver to driver.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. The only reason I did it is because he does do a lot of testing of various things and so on, and provides a lot of useful information to his followers, on the channel, and it's that particular driver I've heard many people suggest it was good for a whole number of reasons. So I thought, oh well, what the heck, I'll try it for a while.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, just from reading the chat stuff, it seems that 457.30 is a palpable difference for VR users.
Right. Yeah. We actually demonstrated frame rates both with it and without it. With one of the other more recent ones, just to highlight the improvement.
Yep.
What's going on here?
So how are we going? Are we all approaching this Brack Island?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just turning base now.
Yep. I'm intending to join overhead and do a left-hand circuit for 2-4, whatever it is.
2-2.
2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
Yeah.
And then left base. Oh yeah, it's hidden in a bit of a valley.
Nice airport this, for a default airport. Bloody amazingly good.
So turning downwind left hand 2-2.
Yes. So for those that haven't heard earlier on, if you joined a little later, next week we're in the Pyrenees, over the Pyrenees mountains between Spain and France. We're flying along the Pyrenees, which is quite a majestic mountain range. And then the following week we'll be moving between Austria and Switzerland and flying the Alps as well. So that's something to look forward to.
I've got some great add-on free scenery for the Alps. If anybody wants it, get in contact with me. I'll put a folder in my Dropbox, and you can just help yourself. Anybody wants it?
Great.
Good.
We'll be landing at Courchevel, at the end, so that'll be interesting. And we'll be also landing. Our halfway point will be in Innsbruck.
Sounds good. I love that area.
Yeah, that'll be a great flight.
Did you see, Paul? There's a guy, Flight Sim Pro guy. He was giving you a plug.
Yeah, I saw that
yes,
video.
Yes, he does often actually, and I've thanked him for it. Yeah.
Even putting photos of your Baron in there. With your
yes. He quite often puts the pictures that I put up in his part of his spiel. So yeah, it's just another way that we can get the word out and get people enjoying the experience and sharing our comradeship here.
I saw that, and my first reaction was, today you're going to have 150 people.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that, but yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go and have a bit of dinner, guys.
Yeah, I'm going
in 5 or 10.
No worries. Don't get indigestion.
No chance.
Doesn't sound like Ken's bought any chips this week.
No, must have run out of chips. I think he's been too sick to get to the shop.
I thought we were going to have to send a big old ship over, resupply you. Better go and check on these kids in a minute, Mike. They're awfully quiet.
Oh dear. That's worrying.
Yeah, not a good sign.
That includes me.
What are you doing? Just playing.
I'm trying to catch up. I'm just barely passing.
Just playing, painting the walls with biro.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome, darling.
Yeah, she brought me another cup of tea.
Oh, what a...
No, well, thank you.
She must enjoy it. Are you quiet? You're flying.
Yeah, there's no in-flight service here, unfortunately.
Oh, what have I done? She's so stuck on the wrong way somehow now.
You have like a little cabin attendant bell, do you, Mike? Just
yeah.
But whenever I ring mine, I end up with a thick ear.
I thought I was one of the early birds to touch down. Everybody's here.
I normally get here as you're all taking off again.
You there, Paul?
Yeah.
Paul, look, I seem to be getting in all heaps of trouble with this Discord. Now, I use your link to go there.
Oh, you only have to do that. You only have to do that once. You don't have to keep using it. See, when you go there the first time, you set yourself up so that you can sort of use the voice room, it then knows you. So next time you just go into Discord, you select the Discord channel from the left-hand side, and join that way. You don't have to use that link each time you join.
Right. Well, should I have Discord down on the taskbar wall?
Yes. Yes. It's an application that. Well, potentially it's an application that you're running, and in the background, which is allowing you to talk to us now. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been going through the link, and then I get the invite. And then when I get there, my microphone is suppressed. If I click on it, then it says you need push to talk. And I don't push OK because then it says you don't have permission.
Okay. Now the next question I'd ask you is that when you say you use the link to connect to Discord, you've got to go into the voice room, and the voice room is not set up for push to talk. So maybe you're in some area where you need push to talk to actually to talk. You need to actually go into the event that we're in, and that's where you shouldn't have to use push to talk.
Right. Okay, okay. Well, we'll see how we go. See how we go next time. Look, I fluked it, and I don't really know what I done tonight to get it, but I've had trouble most nights getting it on.
Okay, well, just remember next time, you don't use that link to Discord. It's not necessary anymore. It's a one-time thing.
Right.
And now that you're a member of a registered member of this Discord server, you can simply just open up Discord. On the left-hand side, you'll see the Microsoft Flight Simulator list server amongst all the others. You select that, and then you just scroll down for this event. You click on that. You click on that event, and then you're in it. Okay.
Should be in.
So that's all you got to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, it's something simple I'm missing out on.
That's okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. How many in the group tonight, do you think?
Does anybody know?
Yeah.
34? Is it 34? Looks like.
34. Okay.
24, I think. Yeah, it looks to be about 24 there, doesn't it?
34.
Oh, stop there. Oh, that's because I've got it set to clear weather. If I set it on real weather, it might be as good. But you won't have the visibility. So.
Yeah, I've got 34 people as well, and that's people in the Discord, not counting people who might just fly without being connected to Discord. Because of course you can do that as well. You could just simply fly along.
There's more there.
Have all plays on and just happen to be in the same area. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just fly along. You don't have to be in the sound. This is what I want Jeff to do. So.
Of course, it's an added dimension to be able to have a chat with you kind folk, and just share information and so on. I think that's great.
Yes, Paul, I was in VR about 10 minutes ago, and I inadvertently knocked my VR switch while I was in it, and I crashed the computer.
Oh dear.
First time I've ever done that. I thought I'm not having a real good night here. So anyway, got everything going.
When you got the headset on, you can do anything, can't you? And you really don't have a clue.
Yeah. Anyway, I got to restart everything, no problems, and got back in the flight okay.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go and grab a cup of coffee while I've got a chance before everybody takes off.
Yep.
So I'll catch you shortly.
Is anybody a Cytec panel user that's here?
Yes, I've got Cytec panels.
Okay. If you want to control,
I've got the radio panel. Yep.
Okay. If you want to control them without having to use a Logitech driver and a system that works much better, more reliable, go and do some research on Lorby SI. It's available in Sim Market now in tools. Lorby SI. It's an add-on you run, and it takes control of everything in your computer, including Cytec panels.
Lordy, did you say?
Lorby, Lorby. LORB for Bravo Yankee.
And what site is that available on?
Sim Market.
Sim Market,
Yep.
right.
It does an amazing job of Cytec panels. I went uninstalled my Logitech driver. I don't use anything else. You just load this before you have to run it before you load your sim, and then it automatically connects when the sim starts, and that's the end of your problems. Go in there. There's a little bit of configuring to do, some checking in the different menus, and then it does a fantastic job. Fantastic.
Yeah, well, I was having trouble with the LED panel initially. Then I found out how to get it to come on, and I set up the USB port for it, which has been fine for 12 months or so, and then it crashed the other night.
Yep.
So I've had to go to a different LED port, and after I get online and get everything going, to put the LED panel on, I've got to pull the plug and put it back in again.
Yeah, well, that all sounds like driver problems.
Yeah, well, I've put the latest drivers in from Cytec.
Yeah, but there's also a thing in Windows 10 called power management. You should go and read up about that, because what that does, if you don't use a USB port for a few minutes, Windows 10 using power management goes and turns it off.
Yes, so that's right. It cuts the power off. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll stop your panel working. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I had this other port set up to leave the power on, but for some reason it crashed and stopped working. And at the moment, I just went in another port, and if I just pull the plug and put it back in.
Yeah, try this Lorby.
If I'm going to use the autopilot.
Yeah, I find it's fantastic. I use it for a lot of things. You can also configure any add-on in Microsoft Flight Simulator that you've got all via this. You can even go, you don't have to use Microsoft Flight Simulator anymore, you can use that for everything.
That's Lorby.
Yeah, Lorby, L-O-R-B-Y, B for Bravo.
Hey, what? Yeah, Lorby, L-O-R-B-Y. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, have a look at it.
The panels are very good. If you're using autopilot or anything at all, your gear and trim, and they're excellent.
It was.
Yeah.
How do you set the folder where add-on linker finds the folders to select from?
It's in add-on linker in options and right down the bottom.
Right down the bottom.
Well, go to add-on linker. I'll just open mine now.
Yeah. I haven't got that file folder. Remember before I didn't have the files up?
Yep. You found them?
I found them.
You found them? Where were they?
In my scenery design folder.
So you did shift the folder by mistake. I knew you would have. Yeah, had to.
Do some picture and that.
So go to add-on linker, look in tools, select tools, and right down the bottom is options. And then inside options, if you just in general tab, go down the bottom.
I can't find tools.
It's got a 4K monitor.
If you open add-on linker, there's files, presets, tools, help along the top.
I've opened add-on linker, but it doesn't have. I can't get that files window up again.
Well, have you got tools? Have you got a tools window?
No.
Well, look along. You mustn't have your menus selected. Look along the bottom, and it might have pop-up menus or something. Something you're not getting there. Install it again. Just delete add-ons linker or uninstall it. Don't worry, it'll keep all your settings because it keeps that in a different place. Just take it out and put a new one in.
Yeah, it just comes up as general additional options, tags, advanced, and a little thing there for options, but I can't go back.
Something wrong. Sounds like it's got messed up.
I'm going to restart.
I can put the latest version in my Dropbox and give you a link if you want. It will save all your presets because presets are kept in app data, right? So you can just delete the add-on linker folder and put a new one there, and it will still pick up all your stuff that you've got added in there before. Would you like me to give you a link?
No, I should just go into the folder where it's installed, which will be in D drive somewhere. Add-on linker. There it is. As administrator. Yeah, still didn't come up with any.
Good there.
I'll send you a personal photo of what the screen should look like.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know what it should look like.
Right.
It should have files and
file presets, tools, help. It should have along the top.
No, I've only got a screen with options.
No, you're wrong. I'll give you. Take that one out. Just delete that folder, and I'll send you a new one.
Who's doing the nosedive?
Just a comment. As a result of that making that change, the 16 times for the anti-aliasing.
Yep.
I've got the task manager running right now. I'm just sitting here, obviously, and I've taken the headset off, but VR is still running, obviously. And I've opened the task manager. Now the CPU is only running at 32%, so I mean that's doing bugger all, and all the other stuff is fine. But the GPU is running at between 90 and 99%. It's up and down in that general area. So it's I've never seen the GPU hit that heavily. It's generally down around the 40-50% area, and the temperature is 72. Normally it's cooler. It's doing a lot more work, which is why it's at 72 at the moment, which isn't too bad. But
72 is excellent. When I run my 3090, my GPU is always at 99%. Always.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Always.
So to have it up around 95, 98, that sort of thing is quite acceptable.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah, but this is because you're running both VR and your screen at the same time, isn't it? If you unplug your VR headset and turn VR off,
right,
then your GPU will drop down.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I appreciate that. Yeah, but that's the only. I mean, obviously, the only choice I've got while I'm using VR is to have both running, because obviously you need a monitor and you need your VR, so you can't sort of turn the computer off, can you?
But once you go into VR by doing Control and Tab, then that puts the two little screens, the two little eye things onto the screen.
That's what I've got at the moment.
But then the GPU should drop right down.
No. At the moment, I've got the binocular vision on the screen, right? But I'm not wearing the headset. I've got the headset off my head, and it's running at currently 97%, or 95, 97.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've just been on the screen and I've just turned my VR headset on, and let's see what happens. We've gone from 2% up to 100%.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yep. I've just noticed in the past that the GPU hasn't been terribly heavily pushed while I've been in VR, and this is the highest I've ever seen it. So I was just surprised. It was probably because of the higher anti-aliasing setting that we're seeing that shift, I guess.
Yeah, Ken, in your personal direct message box is a link to the latest add-on linker.
I'm just wondering if it's something to do with having the sim running.
I have no idea. Don't think so.
Yeah.
My sim's running and it's all perfectly normal. It could have.
Yeah, well, I've just done the same thing. I've just turned the VR headset on, and now I've put it over to VR. Before I put it over to VR, GPU was running 100%, and now it's running at 32%. Now it's in VR. So, I mean, that's fine.
Right. What GPU do you have?
It's the NVIDIA 3070.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a 3090.
Well, you shouldn't have any problem at all.
Yeah, well, that's why I was surprised when I saw it was as high as it was.
Oh yeah, but I run 3 screens and mine is always at 99%.
Okay, well I'm only running one screen in VR, so it's obviously not under as much load as yours. Yeah. Anyway, it's just interesting. I was surprised when I switched. I put the task manager up and saw it as high as it was. I just thought, oh, that's interesting. Maybe it had something to do with that anti-aliasing setting.
I don't think so. And 72% is ice cold. I mean, it would be perfectly okay to run that card at 90 degrees. It wouldn't hurt it. So
Yeah.
71 is very cool.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, no good.
Well,
and if it's fully utilised, like if it's up close to 100%, what's the impact? What's the impact on performance when it reaches that sort of level? Does it start to
stutter? It'll stutter and
Right.
Well,
it'll work slowly and things won't react.
Right. Okay. Fine. Yep. Okay.
But it just gives you as much as it can give you. I mean, if there's spare room there, if it's running at 80 and there's more scenery, it'll just load the extra scenery. Do you follow? It just grabs whatever's available and keeps pumping it in there. Whatever your CPU will feed it, it'll keep taking it.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, the CPU is not under stress. It's just the GPU that's close to. Yep. Okay. Anyway, that's I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, that's Mike Donovan now. He's got his name, Steve. Mike Donovan.
Okay, guys, we can start to head off now if you like.
Yes, yeah.
What is that you're in, Mike?
I'm in the Grum and Goose, Mike.
Ah, lovely goose. Lovely goose.
That's not a default aeroplane, is it?
No, it's not. It's an add-on one. It's not great. It's good inside. It's got no radio stack or anything like that. But it's a beautiful plane to fly. It really is.
It really is. It's got a lot of character. I love the sound, don't you? Beautiful sound.
Yeah. But even like the booms, the float booms work as well.
Yep.
Drop down.
Yep. I like everything about it. Like Bruce said, get some splash and wake effects, don't you? So you could enjoy landing on water.
Yeah, that would. How far away we are from that? It shouldn't be too far.
Bruce said, hurry up and do it.
Yeah. On your starboard quarter, Mike.
Yeah, I got you. They don't care, these guys. They all just drive over the grass.
We're racers.
Wacky racers.
It comes to doing too many bush flights.
Well, it's either that or backtracking.
In this case, it could be wacky flyers.
It's a 172. It'll handle worse than grass.
Beep beep.
Crap.
Right, I'm going to be behind this Frimis Brook in this TBM9.
Watch out. Oh, took your nose off.
That's all right. I'll catch you up now then.
That weren't me. That was I know that was. I'm behind you, mate.
Oh, are you? Sorry.
Yeah. I've just seen that guy go right through you.
I don't think
Someone
this TBM9's going anywhere, Mike.
I'd go for it, mate.
Oh dear.
Savage on your backside.
You lost that landing takeoff.
Oh no, it just conked out.
There you go. Yeah, I'm right. I'm right. They're the blokes that's wrong. We've got to go back the other way there.
So you got to keep the revs up on this goose, otherwise it just
You do. It
flops
likes the ground, doesn't it? You got to take a bit of runway. Yeah.
Oh, Ross, don't tell me, Ross. Okay.
The boats rock up on a little nav map. You see them, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
The ships.
Yeah, definitely. Have a go around the Solent, Mike. It's quite good.
Yeah, I think I will actually. I'll put that Sabi.
We'll get back on course here. They're on course now.
You guys there?
Yep. You're back.
Yep.
Set my time to 6 a.m. and you're flying into the morning rising sun.
Isn't it?
Very nice. Yeah.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my VR's just stopped working.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, when you switch to it, I just get a black screen.
Oh, God. Cable problems?
No,
Cable plugs?
because when you switch out of it, you go back to the VR environment. You know the
house.
The house. Yeah.
The house,
so I mean, so obviously VR's working.
Right.
It's just not working with Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh, God.
I know. Crazy. Yeah. Anyway, I'll try one more time and then I'll have to probably fly on the monitor.
Or the resetting the VR server in your task manager. That sometimes does it.
So now, how do you do that? What are you going to do?
So in your task manager, are you on Steam? Are you on Steam? Are you Steam?
No, I'm on. I'm
sorry,
using.
no.
Okay, fair enough.
Disregard.
And what I might do is I might kill VR, and then I'll reconnect. I'll see if that does it. I'll do it that way.
Well, I've just switched over to VR now myself.
Okay, so I'll kill VR, shut down. Okay, so I'm out of VR, so now I'll disconnect VR and reconnect it so that it comes up again.
To get off course. Well, yeah, not far. Yeah.
Yeah, my sense is smoother in VR. Can you believe it?
What? Well, I turned my anisotropic filter up to 16 times and the super sampling back to 0, and it looks a lot better, I tell you, a lot better on a big screen. And I think you gain frames out of that.
Oh, Lardy-Dar's giving us another little aerobatic display again.
Is he?
Yeah, looks like it.
What's he flying today?
I don't know. What you in?
Caravan? He wasn't a caravan before. I see him up there, yeah, I'll go and chase him. I'll go and give me a bit of a dogfight.
Get a job with the red arrows.
Yes, that he was in the Spitfire the other night. I don't know what he's in this time. Here we go.
Haven't seen any of the birds though.
No, must be later on.
I must admit, I was when I popped in the sim earlier, and I went in the outside view. You could hear the sound effects, the birds and that. And
Oh, great, great.
Yeah, really, really good it was.
Who would have thought I'm getting better performance in VR than I am with the monitor?
Good, man.
Can anyone hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I'm working again, guys. I think.
Oh,
good.
Yeah,
the
we got you.
GPS keeps cutting in and out.
I'm here all by myself, though. Everybody gone!
They're all gone.
Oh no, there's one. I can see there's one car here. No, I can see there's one plane still here. A what is it? A twin engine, something or other.
Are you still at Brack Island, dear Paul?
Yeah. I'm just getting going now. Oh, yeah, it took me ages to get the bloody VR to start working again.
He's lost his.
Yeah, that's all right, darling.
That's right.
We'll do some lunch in a sec.
Oh, that's fine.
There's some boats on the starboard side, Mike.
Sorry?
So there's some boats on the starboard side, some ships.
Yeah.
There's,
Starboard?
Yeah, on the starboard side, yeah.
Oh, I've got them on my port side, I see. Let's see now.
Yeah, there's some on the starboard side as well. Blue Diamond is one. On the port side is JRS Maria.
Ah.
No Navy boats, they're all commercial.
Now they're all alongside, mate.
Yeah, can't afford the fuel.
We'll getting ready for the big push soon, and going out the door. They just announced the carriers task group of that, about 9 ships in all.
Right.
Netherlands, one of the Netherlands, American ship as well. We got the Sullivans.
Yeah.
She's coming
Yeah,
along.
I used to do an exercise called Stana 4chan. We used to work with the Germans and the Dutch and the French and with all their tripartite vessels.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a big NATO exercise we used to do.
You still do it?
Yeah, what, Standard 4chan?
Okay. We have Standard 4 LAN as well.
Yeah, Standing NATO Forces Channel.
Yeah. I'm going to be on the German ship soon, the FGS Bayern. She's coming over for a 6-week package, so doing that one. So I like working with the Germans. They're very good, very professional.
Das ist gut. Yeah. Remember being we're on a German mine hunter once on the Koblenz, and I was with.
But that was lumpy.
Yeah, well, it was a bit lumpy. One of my guys, we're doing some work in the ops room, and there's this. All our mates was goosing up and down the bloody ops room, saying, "Don't mention the war," and the bloody captain walked in.
Oh Christ!
It was awful. I wanted to die.
Yeah.
He took it good.
Yeah,
I've had some really good runs with the Germans. Actually, I've had some good times.
Yeah, they are good. Good laugh.
German ships, yeah.
I've got a guy I work with. He's a warrant officer, German warrant officer in the Navy, and he has me in stitches. He does. He's funny.
Right. You ever been on any of the bombers?
I haven't. No.
I used to do. Well, it's not a secret anymore. It used to be a secret, but it's not anymore. I used to calibrate all their ship's internal navigation on the Polaris boats. So I used to go on the Polaris boats. Whenever they came out of refit, which was like once a year, I used to go on them and spend a couple of weeks at sea with them and do all the calibrations and that. And I took the Vanguard out, the first Trident boat.
Yeah, the V boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I took her from Barrow in Furness, from where she was built went all the way around to Rosyth.
Oh, nice.
Well, she wasn't commissioned. I mean, they had naval crew on board, but she wasn't commissioned. So
yeah. My brother was a marine engineering officer on the Victorious.
Oh yeah.
Back in about 2000, he was on her. But they're building the replacements are being built now. The Dreadnought class are getting built.
Yeah. I'll never see them, of course. My career's over, but I'll never see them.
They just paid off. Trenchant just paid off last week. She came in, so she's decommissioned now. If you go onto Google Maps or whatever, and you pop yourself over the dockyard, you can see in Three Basin there. You better spot them. It's a basin there, and it's full of all the I think it's 14. Well, it'll be 15 submarines there now that have decommissioned. So when I joined the Navy, I remember when I first went down to Plymouth, there was three submarines in that basin. One of them was Conqueror, that sunk the Belgrano, Courageous, and the Churchill was the other. So that was 30 years ago. There was 3 in there, and there's 14 in there now.
I remember getting Rosyth. I was walking past one of the basins with a 2.5 ringer with a lieutenant commander once, and I said to him, "That's isn't that Revenge of Renown there?" He said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Well, they decommissioned, aren't they?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What are they there for now?" Then he said, "We're waiting for the reactors to cool down." I said, "How long is that going to be?" He said, "About 10,000 years."
Well, so it's a 25. So they get actually the first. I think it's this year or maybe the next. I think it's next year actually. They'll be the first lot will start getting taken away for dismantling, but they have to sit there for 25. They just fill them up with concrete.
Yeah, that's right. They fill the reactor with concrete, yeah.
And then they just sat there for 25, 30 years. Now they're going to get them broke up now.
Yeah, doing a bit of frost on those wouldn't be so good, would it?
No.
Sorry, guys. Have I gate crashed on a private conversation here? Or?
No, I'm sorry.
Not at all.
We're getting carried away.
Yeah. We just a couple of old silly old sods here talking. Reminiscing, eh, mate?
Yeah. Have you taken off yet, Paul?
Hell yeah. Actually, I see. That question was, have I taken off? Yes, I have. Yes. Yes, but here's the next thing that's frustrating. But there's a way out of it. Obviously, is that my my plan has disappeared off my MFD, and fortunately the plan is still in the G1000, and I can use the PFD to follow the the course, the needle on the course and the deflection indicator there to go to each of the waypoints for the moment anyway. But there's no sort of magenta line anymore. So I've got no in VR. I've got nothing that I can look at and say, oh yeah, there's the route that I'm going to follow.
No, of
That's
course, yeah.
very interesting.
I just hit autopilot.
So since I closed down at the last airport there, I've lost the magenta line. I've lost the flight plan as well.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Although depending on when you say you close down, the trick in Microsoft Flight Simulator is that mid-route you can't shut the engine down. You can't sort of stop it. Otherwise, it will reset. It will reset the flight plan and the flight. And of course, here's the next thing that's a pain, and that's that you might reload the flight plan, but you can't spawn somewhere along the way unless you sort of get there via slewing, to sort of cheat that way. Another way you can do it, which is very good, is you can also spawn on one of the other people in the flight, and get there using that sort of technique. But yeah, that's a problem with this product that is
okay.
paying.
So if I've shut the engine down and lost the flight planner, I can't get that back by some simple means.
No. You can load it in again, and then what I'd suggest you do is once you've loaded in, you can see us all flying in the world map view. You can click on one of the people that are in the group, and you can sort of spawn at that location, and that way you're actually in the flight. Your flight plan's still there, and you're going. So that's probably the best, the quickest way to get there under those circumstances. I know it's very convoluted, and one day I hope they're going to fix it. But yeah,
you know what I love in the VR?
Yeah.
You use your showcase your drone controller on fine controls.
Yeah.
And I've just put myself in the back seat in VR. I've got the autopilot on.
Yeah.
And I'm falling asleep in the back seat, looking out the window over. Looking at this amazing view. It's beautiful.
Oh, very good.
They just sit back here.
How do you move into the back seat?
If you use the drone and you have it on its 4% setting, it's quite easy to just if you've got to get an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
they're worth their weight in gold. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one.
Once you get out into this drone, you can put yourself anywhere. Sit on the wing, on the roof. You can just, but I like to feel nurtured, so I sit in the back seat with my feet up and fall asleep.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Yeah. Yeah.
What I've done in the past with the drone, which I found useful, is if I fly over some interesting point of interest, I can pause the plane. I can then take the drone and I can go down and have a close look at the thing, and then when I'm finished, reset it, so I'm back at the plane, and then continue on again. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. That's what I do with my kids. Is I'll stick them in a 152 or something, and we'll go fly near some animals. Set the fauna point of view on. Where it's bears or giraffes or whatever.
Yep.
And you fly near them, pause it, jump in the drone, go down and have a look, and then give them the Xbox controller and away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
great. Nothing better than sitting yourself on the ground while a herd of elephants are heading towards you and virtually stomp on you as you're going.
Yeah, and then watch some AI traffic. Clean up some grizzly bears or something.
Instant Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just so peaceful. The Mediterranean on a beautiful day. Only a couple of clouds in the sky. Just doesn't get much better than this.
Just add a single malt scotch.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, yes, it could. It can get a little bit better, I suppose.
Now we're talking.
Well, the sun's over the yard arm somewhere.
Not here.
So have you guys reached Dubrovnik yet?
Approaching now, I think.
I don't think anybody's there yet.
No, okay, right here.
33
Just
miles.
about to overfly. Yeah, overflying now.
I'm 52 miles from Dubrovnik.
Yeah, I'm about 29.
34.
33. So
But I'm doing a good speed for a Cessna 172. I'm doing 118, which is 117 ground speed. Okay, so that's all right.
Ground speed 125.
I've just tried the Xbox controller trick.
This bloke knows where he's going.
It's good, isn't it?
Have you got? Is that what the Xbox controller? Is it wired into your PC?
Yes,
it is. Do you know what? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm finding now it's decided it's not working.
Yeah, you may have to do the old make sure it's plugged into one that doesn't switch itself off.
Yeah, it's a problem when it resets itself because it goes to default, and then you end up with aircraft controls instead of your.
Are we heading on past Dubrovnik to LYPG?
Yeah. What's that?
Papa Golf.
Can't see it. Just a second.
Yeah,
Lima Yankee Papa Golf.
Lima Yankee Papa Golf is the last depot.
After, yeah, but there's a touch and go at Delta. Is it uniform? Delta uniform.
Yeah,
It's Lima Delta uniform.
Yep.
Yeah,
so there's touch and go there. Yeah, touch and go there, and then after. Oh, I see. It's at Dubrovnik, is it? Okay. And then of course the final one is Papa Golf. Yeah.
I'm just outside the window. Hey guys, let me in. I'm stuck outside on the wing. Let me in. Let me in. They're not even looking at me, the scumbags. Got this smug look on their face, the pilot.
I see the copper sends on my left. Looks like you're flying an arrow as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice aircraft, huh?
Enjoy it very much.
There's Italy there. That's probably why I'm not.
There's someone. Oh, I can use the drone to come up on them. There they are. Someone in a what's the name? Colours. Oh, I felt a loss of power there. What's going on?
I've got to say, this Cessna 172 is really quite stable. I haven't even turned the autopilot on the whole flight, and it's trimmed out nicely. It just sits there, and it's really quite good. Maybe it's the weather conditions as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it helps.
Are you using G1000 or the Sting Gauge version?
The G1000. Yeah, I just love G1000s.
Yeah.
I know some people prefer steam gauges, but I just love the G1000.
I'm sure I'd like it too if I understood it.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and it probably helps that I when I was learning to fly, I was using a glass cockpit. So I mean that's probably part of the reason why I like it. But it's just amazing the level of detail you can get in the G1000, a good quality one, You know, the functionality, it's really quite good, and you can really, it just adds to the whole flight experience. The way in which you can use the G1000 to, you know, get you from point A to point B and so on, and call up various approaches and what have you. I think it's fabulous, really good.
Yeah.
So I think the default 172 is probably just as good as the A2A Cessna, and that's supposed to be like top.
I'm waiting for someone to produce a Garmin GTN 750 add-on.
Yeah, me too. I love that. I love that in P3D. Absolutely loved it.
I mean, that's the only reason now why I still use X-Plane, is because I can use a Garmin 750 in it.
Oh yeah, I love the 750. It was beautiful in P3D. It was the best thing. Yeah, I used to use it all the time. You know, touch screen, beautiful.
It's bound to come eventually.
I hope so. Although flight, it's got to come from flight 1. It'll take forever. They're so bloody slow.
Yeah.
They're all left behind me.
There's actually not in already for the 750.
Sorry? Say it
There's
again?
a mod in right now for the 750.
There's a mod out for the 750 for Microsoft?
Not out yet, no. It's a mod from the community. But a guy who did the 530, and it is quite interesting.
So does it work in Microsoft Flight Sim? Does it work?
Not yet. It's
Not
in
yet,
development.
okay.
It's just screenshots and yeah.
Okay. Well, so it sounds
when-
positive. So it might be coming.
Yeah. Any idea when that's going to be coming?
I guess it's just started, but several months, I think.
Yeah, it's bound to come. Bound to.
Yeah, I think developers are seeing that Microsoft Flight Simulator is the future, and you know, that's the product that they need to support.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I got in X-Plane. I'm just loving this sim so much. You know, it's the realism, the weather, the scenery, and the default aircraft aren't that bad, really. You know, I'm just loving it. It's really great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
the same.
you
Paul.
would-
I'm using
yeah.
X-Plane less and less.
Yeah.
I'm only using X-Plane now for instrument practice. You know, for pure hard instrument practice. I've got an instrument renewal coming up soon.
Oh,
and I've
okay,
got
yeah,
lots of
sure.
ILSs and
Yeah.
and my plane's got the Garmin GTN 750 in it.
Okay,
so
sure.
that's why I practice with it.
Yeah, well, that certainly makes sense. Yeah.
Hopefully, it won't be long before we can start doing IFR practice in this new Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I've been flying the CJ4, and you can, and in VR you can still read everything quite satisfactorily and sufficiently to be able to fly approaches and so on. So I mean, it's and I can read all the instruments quite clearly. So with the G2, so it's I mean, it is capable of doing IFR stuff. At the moment,
using the mouse and controlling the dials and so on is a bit tricky, isn't it? In VR?
Oh well, I'm used to doing it. I've been like a lot of people used to love when I was using the Oculus CV1. They used to rave about using the controllers to manipulate the switches and dials and things. But personally, I found that was painful myself, and found that it was easier to just use a mouse pointer and manipulate them that way. I've always been doing that since from the early days. So
you also learn the layout of the cockpit too.
Do you not find that you have to, when you're trying to adjust a dial with the mouse in VR, do you not find you have to shut one eye? Because if you've got both eyes open, the mouse sort of moves around.
Yep, I know exactly what you're saying, and mind you, there have been some aircraft where that has been a real problem. Case in point, that Piper Archer 3, or what? The one that Just Flight brought out. Its initial one had that problem badly to the point that you had like 2 mouse pointers or something as you're sort of trying to focus on things, which was a real pain. But it's on the 3rd iteration at the moment, and I think they fixed it on the 2nd one, so it's not a problem anymore. But certainly in this cockpit that I'm in now, and in the CJ4, no problem whatsoever. You can point your mouse pointer at any switch or dial, and you can manipulate it without any problems at all.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm using the Coronado Mooney at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant, except I've got that mouse pointer difficulty.
Okay, rightio. Yeah.
What have you got with it? What difficulty?
The mouse pointer is very difficult to control, and if you want to turn a dial, you have to close one eye.
Yeah,
and
in
look at
VR.
it with just one eye. in
Yeah,
VR.
yeah, I've got that in VR too. Yeah, with that one.
With the Mooney, is it?
Yeah, with the Mooney. Yeah.
Yeah. So it really comes down to the actual aircraft and how well the plane has been designed for VR users. I think that's what it's all about. And that plane's been out for yonks. So I mean, you'd expect that feedback would get Coronado fixing that problem pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing, really.
Oh, well, I've got used to flying this Mooney. It seems like a very nice compromise. You know, it's fast enough and it's good enough.
It's a great plane. I love it.
It is, yeah. It's a very, very nice plane.
And I like the spoilers too. If you have to slow down a bit, you can slow it down.
Yeah, the speed
brakes. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Speed brakes in the Mooney.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need them. It's quite a slippery airplane.
Yeah, very slippery.
5 miles out from Dubrovnik on approach for a touch and go.
I'm 30 at the moment.
Seems to be a lot of life in the surface of the water, although I'm only reading a couple knots.
Yeah.
A bit of white water.
Oh, okay.
There's a freeware
gorgeous.
update for LYTV too, if anybody wants to look for that at some stage. That's TIVAT just off to the right there as you go into LYPG.
You've already done your Dubrovnik touch and go, have you?
Yeah, yeah, I'm going into doing an ILS at TIVAT now. I will get that driver number off you, Ken, because I'm not happy with this latest driver. I'm having problems with it.
Yeah, okay.
It's been good for you, has it, that driver?
I'm using the latest one, but I'm going to go back to that.
Right.
The original one, the one that they released with it, I think.
Yep, I think I will too. I don't like this new one. I get intermittent crashes of my screen, but my computer's still running because I can still talk to you guys. But it's something to do with my graphics because my screen goes black. It just goes black. And yet my computer's still running, you know? So it's not the computer, is it? It's the card that's giving it out. It's the graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, what card are you using?
3090 gigabyte.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you shouldn't have any problems with that.
Yeah, well, it just intermittently goes black screen, you know? All my monitors shut down. But it's got no rhyme nor reason. You could go 10 hours and it won't do it, and then it might do it twice in a day, you know? Weird.
So how do you obviously it's must be a challenge to fix it if all the monitors go black because you wouldn't have a clue what to do.
No, you can't. All you got to do is you got to reboot your system. There's nothing you can do.
Go on me heading now.
I think it's a graphic driver problem. I can't think of anything else.
Well, mate.
Wow. I'm just looking down at Dubrovnik. It's actually really nice. I remember we've had
lovely.
I'm just going to land here.
Yeah,
Then we're going to go.
and guys, there's another little city just up from Dubrovnik, just before you hit the the really high terrain, and it's very picturesque. As a matter of fact, that's where you'll probably see either the geese or the gulls or whatever, and you've got to go down and into that area. But there's like two cities either side of this large high terrain, and you can it's worth just having a bit of a scout around in that area as well. It's really good.
Yeah, it reminds me, I've swum in the sea down there in the harbour of Dubrovnik a couple of times.
Oh, right.
So
Wow.
it's really nice down there.
Right down there now, see? No? Another boat down the other side going.
Geez, I'm getting a bit of turbulence off these mountains, swaying back from side to side. It's great. Love it.
Yeah, there is a bit, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I was able to complete this flight in VR. I was really thinking I'd have to opt for the monitor to finish it off. It's annoying when things
I'm
like
doing the
that happen.
second half of VR, and it's very nice, mate. It's very picturesque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we doing touch and go at Dubrovnik? Is that the idea?
Yes, touch and go at Dubrovnik and then full stop at the final airport. But as I said, guys, look out. If you've got those fauna markers set up, you will clearly see the gulls first and then the geese as you approach the final airport. So sort of make a point of going down and checking them out.
Are they on track? Pretty much on track, or you got to go off track?
No, they're a little bit to your left. Okay, so but if you've got that fauna marker on, you will see them quite clearly because you're within range of where they typically would be, and you'll be able to then navigate away off track to be able to check them out. But there's like so many of them. Once you get close enough, it's like it's quite unsettling. There's it's quite a number. You wouldn't be able to count them. There's too many. So it's quite interesting to look at.
How do we set our fauna markers on again?
It's probably under navigation, and where you'd go in and set points of interest, all that sort of stuff, and one of them would be fauna.
I think it's under assistance. In assistance?
Assistance,
navigation aids, fauna markers. That's it. Assistance, navigation, fauna markers. And you can do it inside the sim. You don't have to go out.
Yeah, I've got them on, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, you'll be close enough, Frank, to see them when they pop up, so you'll be fine.
Right. Yep.
I lost my mouse.
Maybe it's run under the table.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got caught in the trap.
Where's a cat when you need one? Jeez.
Well, this is clearly an international airport because it's a nice big runway.
It is a big runway.
Dubrovnik. It's massive.
It was a very sad crash there not long ago. 737 on a mission, consular mission, killed everybody. They did a wrong NDB approach at night, unfamiliar with the area, and flew into mountains.
I think I saw that on air crash investigation.
Yeah, could well have.
Well, I went into assistance, and that's the end of the flight for me. Things frozen up. Damn.
Oh no!
I've picked up the seagulls, Paul.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Just fly towards them, Frank, and then they'll come into view because the fauna marker is so big, it just shows you where they are. So you fly towards that fauna marker, and all of a sudden you'll see the gulls or whatever it is that you're looking at. Oh yeah, the I'm just looking at the wind. It's only 5 knots, but a lot of whitecaps on the water.
I've got 16 knots at Dubrovnik.
I've got 15 knots on that map. 17, 18 knots. Being blown sideways.
Didn't really say I could see anything yet.
So Frank, just make sure you fly down towards the bottom of the stick. There's a sign, and then it goes down to the pointer, which is the a line that goes down to where the actual gulls are. So you have to actually be down at that level to see them.
Are they sitting on the ground or are they flying?
No, they're flying. They're flying. Huge flock of them. Huge flock. You won't miss them if you get close enough, because it'll just be a great swarm of gulls.
We'll go around again.
And I guess the geese will be bigger.
Oh, the water.
How did you find these, Paul? Was it just random, or did you just?
Well, yeah, well, I was just flying the plan, and I've got the fauna marker turned on purely because I just want to see if anything pops up, wherever I am in the world, because I'm always on the lookout for that sort of thing. To make the flights interesting, and I saw the gulls, and I thought, oh, that's great. And then, as a bonus, as I was approaching the final airport, I saw the geese. So I thought, great. So every time I've flown it, I've seen both the gulls and the geese. So so you'll definitely see them, because they're there all the time. But actually, there's another event that I started planning, and it's all ready to go, but we've just had other things that have popped up, and that's up in Alaska, chasing grizzly bears. So if you're interested in that, we can do that at some stage too.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably get in some savage cubs and fly those.
Land on a glacier or two.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, I'm going to have to duck out here, gents. I'm going to sort the kids out and lunch and stuff. So thanks ever so much, Paul, for another cracking flight.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Mike, keep in touch, mate. I'll speak to you.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
Take care. All the best, lads.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
Happy Easter.
Oh, and to you, mate. And to you.
Don't make you sick on the kids' Easter eggs.
Too nice to give the kids Easter eggs.
Hey, did you find those gulls, Frank?
No, we did a fly around, but still didn't see him. Well,
I'm looking. Oh, yeah. I got the marker come up. Skater Lake geese, five nautical miles.
Right. Okay, so the geese are the second lot, which are closer to the final airport. So yeah, check those out.
I can't find the gulls. I've got the geese marker come up, but nothing for the gulls.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing for the gulls. After Dubrovnik.
Yeah, I see the seagull's marker.
Okay,
okay, I can't see that. Where the hell can't I see it?
Well, get right down to the bottom of the pointer, because that's where they are. Okay, so and they're moving, so you got to actually, obviously anticipate where they're going to be when you get down there. So yeah, and there's lots of them. Believe me. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to find
Off
these
the
gulls.
magenta line to the right.
Radio check.
Yep, gotcha.
Radio check.
Yes.
Yep.
Still here.
You can't hear us, I don't think.
Yeah, I could. I just had to switch it
okay.
over again.
No gulls. Plenty of geese. The gulls are before the geese, are they?
The gulls are before the geese. Yeah.
Wow.
On each occasion I've done it, the gulls are. I saw the gulls before I got over the top of the mountain range. It was sort of lower down, roughly around that area where I said it was a very picturesque sort of a bay, with and there's like a city either side of the mountain, around that general area, towards the coast. Yeah.
I found the seagulls. You can see my call sign, Savage Skies.
Hang on.
By the beach.
I'll find you. I'll look for you.
Okay, Savage Skies.
Skies. Okay.
Lots of gulls.
I haven't got there yet. I've just seen the
right,
tag pop up. It's called Tivat at Seagulls.
Yep, that's it.
It's near Tivat, is it? They're near Tivat.
It is, yep.
I passed that ages ago. Okay.
Yeah, that's where the marker is.
That's why I didn't see it. I'll just zoom back up there. I'll put the foot down.
I think in VR I can just see like a load of little dots that I think maybe that's the goals. Perhaps they're a bit clearer on a screen, I don't know.
Yeah, you probably got to get a bit closer to see them. But I've seen them in VR, and they, it's like lots and lots of goals flying together.
Mm.
Oh, we're back to the seagulls again, eh? Yeah.
Well, these mountains are high.
Aren't they?
Really steep valleys.
Gee, they went really low to see the seagulls. Now I've got to climb really high to get over the mountain range.
So did you get a good look at them?
Yeah, I saw a couple, but I didn't see like a large swarm. There was probably about maybe 3 or 4 of them there. Yeah, I didn't see too many. Just like a couple that flew just past in front.
Oh, okay.
But, I wasn't going to go and do a 360 to try and find more.
Yeah.
I saw a couple to try and find geese now.
Yeah. The first time I checked them out, it was like a massive swarm of birds. I was surprised there were so many of them. Yeah.
Like a cloud of midges.
Yeah.
Flying around here, and no sign of them. No marker, no nothing. Weird.
Yeah, found the marker, but no birds.
I didn't see fuck all either.
Yeah, you saw fuck all either. Yeah, me too.
It's like going to the zoo and the animals are all hiding in their cages.
Yeah, well, they're gone on holidays. I'm going back to the geese.
Oh wow, come over the mountains to be greeted by lots of low cloud on the other side. Interesting.
Ah, now I've got a marker half over the hills. See if that seagulls. Okay, different place. We'll see how we go this time.
I got the marker, I just didn't get the gulls.
Yeah.
I've just come up to Tibbet Airport. There must be Tibbet City or Tibbet Town because it's on the other side of the bay, and that's where the seagulls were, not near the airport.
Yeah, that's right. They're over the land on the other side, yeah. Quite a bit away. I was passing them, they weren't coming up, so I wasn't looking that way.
It's all these noisy aircraft have scared them away.
Yeah, that's right.
Chops them to bits with their props. Yeah.
Spesifikasi, but we don't stop there, do we?
The airports aren't bad in Microsoft Flight Simulator, are they? The default.
The defaults
are
are very
reasonable
good.
job.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't stop at that one.
The only thing I wish they'd do now is on my wish list is that they change the markings so they've got the correct taxiways.
Okay.
And get rid of the taxi light, the lights on the taxiways.
Oh,
That's
those
annoying.
stupid bloody things that stick up. Oh,
Yeah, that's annoying.
crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw one gull.
Oh,
That's
there
it.
you go.
One. Flew past my window.
Better than nothing. Gee.
Better than nothing.
Well, there's a lot of us flying, so they're probably going one gull per plane, guys. Spread out, you know.
I thought I saw a gull, but it was my mouse cursor.
It was a delta wing gull.
There we go. Tivat, seagulls, 5.22.
Oh, yeah, I've got it.
You'll probably see the one I saw. He's flying your way. Don't run into him. You cut him up.
I know this place.
Yeah, leave some seagulls for me, guys. I don't want to see feathers.
I hear they taste a lot like chicken too.
Bloody fishy.
Rats of the sky. Like
Yeah,
pigeons.
bloody things, terrible things.
Shadhawks, we used to call them in the Navy.
Shitehawks, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about 10 miles from the final airfield.
You're a bit scattered about now.
No, they've all flown away, then, the bloody gulls.
Hey Frank, you'll have to give your wife a turn at flying at some stage.
Yeah.
I think she wants to fly.
So loads of seagulls over by the island bay.
Oh, good.
Didn't see any. Went to the top of the marker.
Yeah, I just followed the marker and they were right there.
There was nothing there when I flew over.
I saw one. Big.
But I didn't see any. Not a one.
No.
And
I've got a marker on the island.
Taz zone's down there at the moment. Anything there?
I've got a marker in the bay over the island. There's loads there under the marker.
I couldn't see any down there.
What's our last heading there?
Weird things.
No, all you guys beforehand scared them off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've scattered in all directions.
Next time we go in formation.
The flamingos are good. I can't remember where I saw them now. But
Yeah. I'm sure there's something around that, like a map that tells you where to find different things. Well, actually, for that matter, you could do that on the world view. I think if you just turn on the markers, you can probably see where things are.
I had the markers turned on, and I flew right into the marker, right? Not one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you don't want to fly into the marker. You got to fly to the bottom of the stick. You got the label, and then you got a stick that goes down. It's at the bottom of the stick. That's where the thing is that it's marking.
Yeah, that's where I was. Any lower, I would have been in the drink.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, that's where you need to be. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, I've just gone through the geese. Wow, on the sort of left base for the final.
Yeah,
final
I'm looking for the geese. I'm looking for the geese. Are they on the river? It's like over a river. They're on the river?
Yeah, they're the left base for 3-6 at the final airfield.
Yep. The geese look good, don't they?
Yeah.
What do they look like? Flying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like.
Oh, yeah, they're flying, all right.
Bloody hell, I can't see anything. Oh. I wonder if there's a slider in there. You've got to turn the number of wildlife you see up or down, or is it just on or off? There's no
I think it's
slider.
just on or off. I think it's just on or off. Yeah.
Goes from rare to well done.
Mine are all very rare.
It's
rare to see.
Rare, or would you like a fries and a Coke with that?
Exactly.
What a goose.
Come on, Goosey, where are you? Where are you?
I've got to go. Paul, thanks for a great flight. That was
No
fun.
worries.
Yeah,
No
see you
worries.
later. See you later. See you later, mate.
Look forward to next week. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, and happy Easter everyone as well.
Yep.
See you
Yeah,
next
happy
week.
Easter. You too also.
Happy Easter to you too.
Happy Easter.
No, yeah.
Oh, it's not looking good getting over these mountains.
I know they're high, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm down to 68 knots. And it's looming in front of me. Gap over there. I'm going to try that.
So this live weather, I'm really impressed with it because it changes over time. You start out with one type of weather, and as the day turns on, you get a build-up of clouds.
I know, it's excellent. It really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what sets it apart from the other sims as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running real weather, and there is some cloud coming over the final airport.
It's the goose marker.
Yeah, I'm hunting them. I can't find them anywhere. Looking everywhere.
Yeah, I'm doing the left base for my 3-6, same as the other guy that saw them, see if I can from there.
Oh crap, I'm running out of sky.
Yeah, I can hear the your stall warning going off in the background.
Oh no!
I'm going pretty much as slow as I can. Still can't see him. Full flaps, gear down.
Well, guys, thanks very much indeed. I'm off just to do something else now. It's been really enjoyable. And
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great Easter.
Yeah, see you next week. See you next week. Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
This is our final destination?
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe my graphics aren't picking them up.
No, I couldn't see him. I couldn't find one. I saw one seagull. That was it.
I'm on the left downwind. I can't. I mean, it's been ages since I've made calls. But if I'm left downwind, does that mean that the runway is off my left shoulder?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you're doing left turn.
I'm actually on the right-hand side.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
correct.
But the airport's on my left shoulder, so that's left downwind. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's left-hand circuits by default, unless the says different in the ESA or whatever the chart is.
Yeah, Greg, don't feel bad about the only seeing one seagull. You know what they say, if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
That's true.
This is a left pattern entry, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yep,
yes.
yeah. 36.
Haven't seen the marker for the geese yet.
Oh, some thick cloud now. Oh, just come over that mountain range and into the valley, and there's some very nice looking clouds. Beautiful.
Okay, yeah, I've just had the geese pop up. Skater Lake geese. There's a big lake there in the middle called Skater Lake. They're just on the other side of that. So if you go to that Skater Lake,
there they are.
The sign.
All right, I'll go and check it out again. I'll take off and come and have a look.
Yeah, make your way to, I think it's called Skater Lake. Oh, I can't quite
We're
read
down. Yeah, someone in front of us there.
So they're just in a flock flying over the lake. Is that right?
No, they're if you go to the lake, the sign pops up, and they're about 3 miles to the west of Skater Lake, like between the lake and the airport.
Flying in a flock. Flying in a flock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the second one down. So we turn around, you'll see them all come in.
You know what? They're probably almost on final for runway 36.
Really? Are they that close to the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, they move around. There's like a pattern that they follow.
Ah, I see. They move around. Just might have been in the wrong place.
Yeah, so if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you don't see them.
Where is that Florna setting? I thought I did it.
Greg, what did you say the fauna setting was?
It's in assistance, and then navigation, and down the bottom.
Assistance navigation. I thought I did it, but maybe I didn't. Let's try again. So assistance.
Wobbly stasis.
Navigation.
Wobbly stasis.
Down the bottom. Software tips. User experience. Go on.
Skater Lake geese, 4.9.
Yeah, it was turned off. That's the problem.
I see it. If the sign comes up, as in Skater Lake geese, is that an indication that that setting is on?
Yes. Definitely, yeah. And it's also an indication that they are there.
Oh, because I flew straight through that sign and I didn't see any.
No, you've got to go down to the bottom of. You've got to go to the bottom of the line. So it's like a sign, and then there's a line that goes down. They're at the bottom of that line.
Right.
Not always.
Not
always.
Exactly. I did that.
Helicopter will be all right.
Generally speaking, that's where they appear.
Yep, got them. A whole flock of them. They are down there. You've got to fly to the bottom of that little
Okay, I'm giving it another shot. Coming in right on that thing. That
Yeah, go
market
right
for
down the
me
bottom.
is right over the river, pretty much over the river.
Yeah, I'm Savage Skies. I'm pretty much doing a circuit. And I'm at the right altitude for them.
So how high are they off the ground, you reckon?
500.
500 feet? 300
Yeah,
feet?
I'm
ground level?
at 1700.
And you can see
Sorry,
'em?
700. 700.
700, okay. I'm at 400. I'll come up a bit.
Yeah, if you can see me, they are just beneath my left wing.
So are you Skywalker? What's your...
Savage Skies.
Oh, Savage Skies again. Okay, coming, chasing you.
Skywalker, I missed them. Came back round.
I'm off in the drone having a look for them.
That'd be one way to do it.
Yeah, I've landed. I've just jumped in there.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm right on your tail, Savage Skies.
Yeah, I'm flying right through them now. You got them?
Gee
Can you
whiz.
see 'em?
That's a lot of geese.
Did you
That's
saw
a
them?
lot of geese. That's a lot of geese.
Yep.
You can see 'em, Ken.
Yeah. Hey, you can't miss them.
Yeah, maybe maybe extend your downwind. Don't do a tight base. They're right on there.
Oh, I'm glad you got to see him.
Yeah, lots of geese.
Go back. Go back there. Not there.
Well, that's a nice way to end the flight, Paul, with the geese.
Excellent, yeah. Lovely scenery though, isn't it, along this coast?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really nice. The farmland and the village is lovely.
Oh,
yeah.
there they are. Got 'em.
Who's got them? Who's got them?
I've got 'em. Just gone past. I've just gone right through the middle of them.
So what's your tag?
Mike Elm 1000.
Okay. Well, I'm right behind your tail and I can't see a thing.
Turn round behind me. I'm just turn
I'm right
round
behind you. I'm right behind you.
Got
I'm
it.
doing nothing.
Darren Gwent's in the middle of them.
I'm right behind you,
Well,
Mike.
hit
I'm
me.
and nothing.
Maybe they scattered.
My throttle stopped working. Can you believe
Oh,
it?
I'm sure for some people they just don't show.
Greg's feeling cheated.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my setup. No,
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, you know.
Maybe the server only has so many geese available.
Yeah,
exactly.
Run out of geese or something.
You've had your lot. That's it. Too many geese.
You've seen 350 geese. You've seen them all, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It said Skater Lake geese.
Five miles
My
out
bloody,
from the airport.
my bloody throttle keeps cutting out, you know.
Oh yeah, I've had that. Just go to 0 and your engine stops. I had that for a while.
You got to disconnect it and reconnect it again. Bloody thing.
Right, I've got a marker again for them if you're following me still.
Yeah. Well, where are you again? Sky Arm? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike
I'll
Arm.
chase you. Mike Arm. Okay, here I come. Mike Arm. Looking
Right,
for you.
and I'm heading straight for them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I just passed
Gwent,
right in front of you
just go
now.
through them.
You got to get down to the bottom of the marker, quite down low. 500 I am. Oh, they're
500.
moving. There you go. They're moving left to right. I'm going right. Ah, there we are. Whoa, there we are.
Okay, I'm right on your tail. I'm turning
should see
inside you, and I'm looking. Nothing.
Oh.
Invisible geese.
Oh, if I,
They're right over the river.
if I come any closer, I'll crash into you.
Yeah, your goose has been cooked, mate.
Yeah, mate. Just not like me, mate.
It's that fancy graphics card you got.
Yeah, nothing,
Yeah,
mate,
but-
nothing.
Oh, the marker's come up.
There you go. Instead, I've only got. Oh, you got the
Yeah.
marker.
Got
Oh
the
well, get
marker
to the
come
bottom
up.
of the marker, and you go right
300
through 'em.
feet.
Geez, these clouds are fabulous. Oh, so realistic. Yeah.
They're moving, these geese.
Oh yeah, they're moving quite quickly.
Yeah, the marker's now cut. They've moved.
Hey Greg, maybe you should hop in the drone and use the drone. You speed up the drone.
I'll jump in the
and
helicopter.
Yes.
Whip across that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump in the helicopter.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I'm doing, and I can see them.
Yeah, just
Can
flew
anyone see
through.
the marker right
Yeah.
I got them 400 feet.
There you go. There we are. Oh, I'm right through them again. Whoa.
Yeah,
Quite good.
they're everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere but where Greg is.
Yeah. Not here.
They're camouflaged.
This is the first time I've seen a point of interest marker moving.
Yeah.
Across the ground.
It moves really quick.
Yeah, the elephants used to move too.
Yeah, they move. Yeah, yeah, and the bears.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's great.
I'm chasing a wild goose and forgetting how to fly.
Yeah, and it happened to
That's
me.
a
I nearly
lot of
fell out
them.
the sky.
Oh, gee.
And close to the ground.
Flying in formation with the geese, are you?
Yeah.
Circling around, lost all my speed.
Paul, thanks again, mate. I'm going to I'm landed and logged off, but I'll see you next Friday night. Thanks again.
Yeah.
No worries.
Good night.
No
Have
worries.
a nice Easter. Cheerio.
Yep.
You too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye now.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, we are around again to see those geese. Not going to bed till I find them.
Yeah, there.
They're airborne again.
Now this time, I'm in the drone. Yeah, they're up high.
I'm seeing the sign, and I'm seeing all these planes buzzing around.
I'm actually flying with them, in amongst them in the drone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there'd be 500 if there's not 1,000.
Fuck. Okay.
But they're all flapping their wings and it's turning right now.
And they're courteous enough to put you right on the left base for the airport.
Here we are.
Looks like they're flying in a sort of a crisscross fashion.
They're in evasive maneuver 1. Pushing Greg at me. Evasive.
I'm just wobbling around the sky here at a nice slow 85 knots, exactly under the sign.
Special Greg stealth mode.
Not showing for some reason. So now I'm down to 75 knots. I mean, that's not very fast. 75 knots and 900 feet. Maybe I've got to get lower.
And they'll fly above you. Slippery buggers.
Oh, I'm just coming in to intercept them now.
Oh yeah, well I'm right on your tail, Paul. Right on your very tail.
Okay.
Exactly your height.
I'll tell you when I can see them.
Righto.
The markers moving.
They're just they're just heading over the river.
Hey!
There they are. Oh, stacks of them. Bloody hell. Oh, I got hit.
Well, I'm right behind you.
I got a hit in the windscreen.
Well, I'm right behind you, and I see nothing. So there's something wrong with my sim. Oh, then it's nothing.
Yes, they are here, all around.
You had a bird strike.
Yeah, it got right in the bloody windscreen. Oh.
500 feet altitude.
There is another setting for the density of force.
Yes.
Ah, that's what I've got. See, I thought there might be. I must have that to 0. Where the hell's that setting?
That's on the general, the graphics, general graphics.
I thought that's my problem. In the general, what's it in, miscellaneous or something?
Graphics.